Good evening, Josh from Operational Speed Supply, and it is December 19th, 2022, and we are here live for the SITREP. So tonight we're going to do things a little bit different than normal. I am here rolling solo, and tonight I want to talk about the team. We're going to talk about our operational group race team, and we're going to showcase each driver and what they've been able to accomplish this year. We're going to just talk a little bit about each one of them. So good to see you guys tonight. As always, I am looking to the comment feed. And yes, Tim Gordon, bringing it started out. Hell yeah, brother. That's right. Jason Upchurch, good to see you on there, brother. So tonight, let's go ahead and just dive right into this. Go ahead and if comments come up, I'll go ahead and we'll address anything that comes up. But let's go ahead and start this thing out. So I am going to go over here. Share my screen right quick. All right, and let's do this. And boom. There we go. All right. I'm going to start off with myself. This year was a really good year. Was able to run Good Guys Nashville, Camaro Fest, UMI Autocross Challenge, King of the Mountain, as well as the Power Nation TV Power Nationals. That was a really fun event. I think I got like 25 laps that day. But you can see I'm rocking an 86 Camaro. It has been built over the course. I bought that car in 2015. We're running a full UMI suspension under it with Coney shocks, which we're about to pull off and go to a set of Viking double adjustable Crusaders over the wintertime. Still rocking the old school small block in this thing, 383 small block. It is a beast. And that is getting a little bit of work this winter as well. We've got a set of AFR heads that have been ported and cut down just a hair. It should help bring out a couple hundred more RPMs out of that motor and give us a few more horses. From there, we've got Willwood brakes on it, and then we're running Ford Star wheels. And this year we've been running Falcon tires with a T56 manual. It's been a great setup. This car is really special to me. Back in 2012 or so, when I first got my start in autocross, I had a 2012 fifth gen Camaro. I bought that thing, and before the warranty was out, I was already modifying it. I had coilovers on it, good wheels, brakes, and it was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, life events kind of took over, and I had to sell that car. And selling that car put me on a hiatus of a few years of owning my own car and racing. But due to people like Tom and Val Pichette, I had a ride every year for Good Guy Scottsdale, which was amazing. I ran convertible IROC one year. I ran their gray car, 50 Shades of Gray, which back then was a Pro-Charged 350, pushing about 650 horsepower, maybe a little more. As soon as the thing touched boost, it would spin out. It was unbearable to drive, but it was a lot of fun to drive at the same time. And then one year they threw me the keys to their 2015 Camaro they've got. So I was able to keep my foot in the door. And when the opportunity came to buy this, I decided that I wanted to go old and I wanted to start from something that was absolutely nothing. And so 86 IROC Z, I had a 305 and a 5-speed. And since then, in 2015, it has been a slow build and a slow progress forward. But over half that car was built in a gravel driveway under a carport. So it's got a lot of sentimental value. That car will be with me for the long haul, and we definitely had a lot of fun with it. But it's really neat to see where that thing has gone. My first autocross in that thing was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Had a Good Guys event back in 2016, 2017 maybe. Still has the 305 in it, stock rear differential. I went through the first corner and I mashed it, and it blew that diff, turned into a one-tire fryer, and floated the valves. Motor spun to 6,500 RPMs. I ended up busting I want to say it busted a push rod, tip of it off or something. It was ticking when I got done with that first lap. Since then, we have done a lot of work to it. It's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. All right, we're moving on. Let's go ahead. Hold on a second. We're going to talk Brian Pico. All right. Brian Pico, 68 Camaro, known as Zoran. Did you guys know Brian Pico, one of the business partners? Very successful in that car this year. He's ran Good Guys Raleigh, made it the shootout, took third place, took seventh at the Optima USCA Charlotte event, ran very well there. And then Autocross Challenge and King of the Mountain took 8th at the Autocross Challenge and 12th at King of the Mountain. He has solidified his invite into next year, which is awesome. I mean, he drove his tail off in that thing this year, and it was a lot of fun to watch him. Last year, he made it known that he was really good at cutting grass. This year, he cleaned it up. I don't think he spun out and took the thing off track once this year, which just shows a testament to not only his improvement as a driver, but his improvement of the car. It's another one of those garage-built, home-built cars. That thing is a beautiful car, and he has built every bit of that thing in his garage on jack stands. And so when you see that car and how well that thing runs and what it does, it's a testament to not only him as a driver, but not, his ability to build that car to what it is. So it's a really good running car. He's got an LS3 in it with a cam, T56 behind it with a 4.9-inch from Gear Effects in it, and then he's running a Heights suspension on it all the way around. And it works. It works very, very well. To top it off, he's got a set of Viking triple adjustables, excuse me. He's running Viking triples on that with some Ford Star wheels, and he was running Falcons this year as well. So be on the lookout for Brian next year. He's going to be pushing that thing pretty hard, especially up at the events up at UMI with Muscle on the Mountain and King of the Mountain as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this real quick. We're going to go check out some of these comments, see this comment feed. All right, boom, look at this. Wow. Jeff Mackins up in Minnesota. Brian, 2017, that was the first year. Ah, yes, tent camping with the keg of beer. Charlotte was a great time. We were in a pretty large tent. Brian was sponsored by a local brewery in North Carolina, and he brought a keg. And we hung out with a few folks that night, and we were not even able to put a dent into that thing. But it was good beer, and it was definitely a great time. Junior, what's going on, man? It's always good to see you. All right, so let's get back to this. We got our next driver coming up. Let me go ahead and click this thing back in there. And there we go. All right. Chris Brown. So Chris Brown came to the OGs this year. And if I were to give a spirit of the team, spirit of the event award to anyone at any given point in time, it'd be Chris Brown. He has had a lot of rough luck behind the wheel this year, last year and a half or so. Started out, he rolled his car at Summit Point Raceway in West Virginia. And he's been in the process of building another one. It was a 97 convertible Mustang. And he's been building an 01 Mustang, and it's still a work in progress. But this year he was able to pick up this orange 2016 GT that has been very well prepped. And I don't think he owned that car for a month. I think he had it for about 3 weeks and took it out to Lincoln for the SCCA Solo Nationals and was able to pull out in 8th place. Regionally, he has done very well this year. 9-time first place wins this year. And then he took 3rd place at the Drive Autocross this year. One thing I want to point out is most of those SCCA wins and the Drive Autocross were while he was co-driving somebody else's car. Chris is a wheel man. He will hop in the wheel of just about anything, and he will be competitive in just about anything. Not only that, he has one of the best attitudes of anyone you'll ever see. We were at the Autocross Challenge, and the car he was co-driving had some fuel pump issues, and they ended up trailering it. And the second day, he was if there was a problem, Chris Brown was there helping out, trying to fix that problem. Whether it was lending his truck, whether it was crawling under a car trying to fix something, he was always there helping. And the guy's always got a smile on his face. So really proud to have Chris on board with this team. And we can't wait to see what he can do with his orange car next year. He is going to be one of our drivers. It's going to be, including myself, it's going to be vying for one of those King of the Mountain spots. But we're definitely going to be taking this car. He's going to be taking this car to Muscle on the Mountain, and we're going to be running together up there. So we're excited about that. Very well prepped car. We're going to be moving to Viking adjustables on this thing this year as well. And you can kind of see a theme here. Most of us are going to be sitting on Vikings before the start of the season, and definitely a good quality shock that will help put you in the winner's circle. A lot of winning drivers that are running on these things. All right, so next up, Tim Gordon. All right, part of the Bing Bong duo, Timo Gordo Photo. So Tim is rocking a 2010 Camaro SS. You can see right here in this picture, black. He's got a really cool wrap on there. For a lot of folks that don't know, this wrap is in giving respect to folks that have MS, and it's something very special to him. This year, in order to get his King of the Mountain invite, the OG team came together and raised $1,500 for him to donate to the raffle at UMI at the Autocross Challenge. Well, Ryan Kirkwood of UMI told us that he wanted to see us donate the money to a charity of our choice. They raised a very large amount for the Emily Whitehead Foundation, and so he wanted to see it go to Tim's, charity of choice, and it went to, I believe, the MS Foundation of America is what I believe it's called. But we were able to donate, I think, a grand total like $2,500 to this organization, not only from our efforts with getting him an invite, but Tim's own efforts. And he made a bunch of T-shirts and sold his T-shirts, and all proceeds from those went to the foundation. So, stand-up guy. Really happy to have Tim on the team. He is. You will see him behind the camera as much as you will see him behind the wheel. The guy is a very accomplished photographer, just the same. This year, he really was successful in many ways. Not only just, being a good person, helping people out and, and everything, he can, helping them get faster on the track or helping out with their car. He took his first win of the year, or his first win at a major event at Camaro Fest this year. First place in the C3 class, which is against a very stiff competition of very well-prepped Camaros. And he took first place, third fastest time overall. And it was a great time. We raced together. We had a blast out of this year. Not only that, but he took sixth in the drive autocross at UMI, seventh in the autocross challenge. And then he had three-time first-place wins this year at the solo event. So, definitely proud to have Tim on board. It was really happy to see what he was able to accomplish this year behind the wheel of that car. A couple things that we helped him out with when he first got on board is getting him set up on a set of Viking double adjustables as well. And that has made a huge difference in his car and his ability to adjust it. And we're going to continue working that as time goes on. We got a few minor changes we're looking at making this year. Help get him a little bit more negative camber up front of that and try to add a little bit of caster in front of that car as well. He's very formidable behind the wheel of that car. Definitely someone you don't want to slouch on when he's behind it. And top-notch guy off the track as well. Another thing that, I definitely want to share about him and his brother Jeff, we'll talk about Jeff here in a little bit. They started the King of the Cornhole tournament at UMI, and this has turned into an awesome time where we'll have 25 teams playing cornhole trying to vie for the title belt that they have created for this thing. And it's a blast. And it just shows you the community that we are part of. He really believes in it. It is almost a second family to all of us. And he shows that and gives back every chance he can. So we're definitely proud to have him on board as well. All right, we're going to go back and take a look at some of the comments we got here. All right, Tim. So, yeah, Chris up so many times. Fastest pit member ever. Smile on it with that. It's so true. Valerie. You put me behind the wheel of that car. That's all I'm saying. All right. Big shout out to the guys making the donations possible. Yeah, definitely. And Tim, we're honored to have you part of this as well. All right. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving forward. All right. Let me go ahead and move this. So right here, this shows you why I need to add another window or another screen to my setup here. But we'll be moved into the shop here, I'm hoping, in about 2 weeks. It'll be our permanent podcast location. So some of these little learning curves, these little things, these nuances will be fixed. But we're growing together, right? Hector Rivera. I love this guy. Hector is local to me here. He ran into a little bit of tough luck at the beginning of this year. We did some work on his car over the winter, improving the power a little bit on this Miata. It was a stock motor. And the first issue that we ran into is he blew the transmission of this thing. So he didn't get as much driving time as he wanted. But Hector is a stand-up guy. Him and I co-drove at Good Guys this year, and I would give a direct result to my ability to finish where I did to Hector. The guy knows how to set up a car. He knows aero. He knows he knows how to drive. He's a binge track days instructor, and he runs SCCA Time Trial Nationals. And we're working on getting him up to UMI Motorsports Park as well to try his hand at one of their events this year. But definitely have nothing but great things on Hector. He's another one of those folks that is willing and ready to help at any point in time and get people faster in any way they can. So proud to have Hector on board, and we're hoping that we can get him out on track with us a little bit more next year. Hector's big thing for us too is he is there every year for us in and been at every event with us with Clarksville Autocross. He has turned into my go-to as far as keeping that event running smoothly, and any issues that we might pop up, whether it be with timing or grid or anything, he is there to fill in and kind of make things happen. So big shout out to Hector. We're definitely happy to have him on board. Jeff Gordon, the Jeff Gordon, rocking this Cobalt. I believe it's a 2007 Cobalt SS. And you would not expect to see a Cobalt, but I will tell you this, that he puts that car in places you would not expect. He runs that thing. He drives the wheels off of it. Last year, he won his way into the King of the Mountain event at the Autocross Challenge. Impressive run in that car. You will routinely see this thing up on three wheels, hiking that back tire up as he's going around corners. 3 first-place wins this year with his regional solo events. Finished 4th in the UMI Team Cross, and then again was out at the King of the Mountain this year. That car is incredibly fast and very well put together. Jeff is the second part of the Team Bing Bong, and definitely proud to have him on board. He's an awesome guy. First time I met Jeff was walking back to the RV park at UMI, and we were getting ready to finish the event up, and it was I think lunchtime, getting ready to finish the last half of the day up, and he just struck up a conversation with us, and we just started BSing at that point. He great guy, and definitely a huge part of this community, bringing people together not only on the track but off the track. Always willing to help out. Same deal, helping people, riding with others to help make them faster, and just kind of, he's got a sense of humor that even if you're having a bad day, you're going to start chuckling, you're going to laugh. Definitely proud to have Jeff on board. Second part of the Team Bing Bong. So I'll go back here, take a look what's going on, guys. Wheelie, yes. My son's in the background. He will say that. All right. Yeah, let's look at this. All right. Tim will say that Jeff is the most important part of the Bing Bong Boys. I'm not sure I can approve of the spelling, but hey, you know what? We'll run with it. All right. Jeff Mackin says Echo Tech for life. All right, freaking Chris, the OG Bing Bong. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. Let's move back over. Mark Gullivan. Old Marky Mark, good loving. All right, Mark's rocking a 2000 Camaro SS. Beautiful car, very well done. The car's got a lot of history. This year, he had an incredibly successful year. He took the All-American Sunday Season Championship at Good Guys this year. Is just always running up front of that. I think he finished first or second quite a few times this year. Was able to pull home the points win for the season champion. He also ran up at Road America this year in the Optima Challenge with the Ultimate Streetcar Association, and took an Outlaw Class win in that car. Very well prepped, running on UMI suspension. It's got I want to say it's a 418 stroker. Very well done car. That thing has a pedigree, and he does quite well. And Mark's one of those folks that he is always there. He's always got a good attitude. You may not, you may not realize he's there, and he just pops up. He's like, hey, what's going on, guys? Super awesome guy. He is the king of the selfie. If you did not get a picture at the event, Mark will make sure that you get a picture at the event. Definitely happy to have him on board. He brings a different, a very confident aura to the team And I say that in a way that, he'll hop in the car with you, you'll go run a lap, and, his feedback to you is very inspiring, as opposed to, hey, you did this wrong, that wrong. He'll be like, all right, so go a little faster here, keep doing what you're doing here. He doesn't use a negative approach to help coach drivers, and it definitely makes a huge difference. He's got a lot of experience behind the wheel, and it shows. Definitely happy to have Mark on board. Junior Jeff Roethlisberger. So Junior, coming from turn one, he is another very accomplished driver in his circle track world, and started out last year running in Mark Gullivan's Corvette. Great guy. Junior is another one of those folks that understands car setup, and he is more than willing to help in any way he can. And that's one of the big things. We keep having this theme of help. It's one thing to all be out there for to win. We want to see each other win, but at the same time, it's another thing to truly be part of the community and always reaching out to others to help them in whatever way they can, whether it be with car setup or just hanging out. Hey, I had a rough day. I just want to chill out. Junior's another one of those folks. He is very much so a good dude to have around. Even outside of the car, he's a good friend. And he ran really well this year. He took third place, Good Guys Columbus, and then competed at the Autocross Challenge, King of the Mountain, and Holly LS Fest this year. Put a lot of miles on that car, and definitely awesome to see Mark let him take that car and run this year. And we can't wait to see what next year brings, and kind of see what we can do together with Jeff on board. Another super awesome guy. He it's kind of interesting. At King of the Mountain, I told him we were running an event here in October, and I'm like, it'd be really cool if you showed up, man. Come down to race. I'll let you. He took the wheel the M86 for a little while, and sure enough, he called me up about a month later. He's like, "When's that event again?" All right, cool, we're coming down. And he drove 12 hours down here, raced all, and drove 12 hours down on a Friday or a Saturday, raced all day Sunday, and then took off and headed back home that night. I don't think he got home till like 3 a.m. And so that's the kind of, it's kind of people you meet. They're willing to drive 24 hours total round trip for 4, maybe 5 hours of race time to spend time with each other. So we're definitely proud to have him on board, and definitely happy for the friendship we have with Jeff. Go ahead and see where we're at with this. All right. And Junior wants me to skip that one. Someone may have to put Junior in a faster car next year. I think he'll be in a fast car next year. We're not sure what it's going to be in, but he definitely will be in something. Might even be the M86. We'll see. Has any pick of car to race next year. He really does. So a lot of people have reached out offering him rides. So we'll see what happens. Invites open from me. He can take the keys to the M86 any point in time. Hopefully it'll be a little bit faster than it was last year when he drove it. Now we have a whole lot of you folks on here tonight. I'm really happy to see this. Wow. I might beat Chad on my own. Heck, JB, Chad, you guys ready for this? I'm about to beat you guys on my own without you. Dang. No, I'm not part of that competition. I want to see JB and Chad go down the big showtime. All right, let's move forward. You guys ready for JB? He's going to be here in 2 weeks. January 2nd, showtime. And last but not least, Matt Burney. So Matt Burney, a.k.a. Garage Engineer on Instagram and Facebook. This is a very well put together third gen that he runs. It's an 87 Camaro. By day, he's an engineer, mechanical engineer. By weekend, he is a formidable track day and autocross driver. And his focus on this car is just fit and finish, how well put together this car is. He has not built it to be a crazy full race car, but it's a very well done car, and it does very well. He's running a set of Weld RTSs all the way around. He's running the set of Corvette C5 Corvette front brakes on it. He's still rocking an old school small block 350, old school set of AFR heads. I'm pretty sure it's old set of AFR 195s when they first came out. T56, full UMI suspension on Coney shocks in this thing. Very happy to have him on board as well. And one of the big things with Matt is one of those guys that, you know, he's on the team. He's all in with the team. He helps us run our social media on Instagram, and he does a really good job with it. We've seen a lot of growth with that Instagram page since he started helping us out with that. But not only that, but like King of the Mountain. We go to King of the Mountain this year, and he drove. He hails from the far northeast. He's up in Massachusetts. He drove down from Massachusetts Friday night to King of the Mountain and was there all Saturday helping out. He was helping with the booth. He was helping with us driving, anything that we could do to be anything he could do to be part of the team. And he wasn't in on it. And when we came together to talk about getting, working together to try to, win the raffle for the donation for a King of the Mountain invite, Chris Brown immediately said, let's get Tim. Chris is like, I don't have a car. There's no point for me to get an invite. And Matt Birdie was the same way. He's like, you know what? Tim's got the best chance for success. And both Chris and Tim were 100% on board with this and wanted us to help see Tim be successful and help see us as a team be successful. And you can't ask for anything better than that. Definitely love the guy. It's awesome to have him on board as well with bringing that attitude. Again, like Chris, he's always got a good attitude. Autocross Challenge, he had a little bit of frustration with his car. Track was we'd gotten some rain. It was a little bit slick, kind of a green track after they got it dried off, and he spun out into the grass. And when he did, it broke a front brake line. And we spent quite a while trying to get that thing fixed and set up. But I'll tell you this. Never once did he ever lose his cool. Never once did he lose his demeanor. He was always in a good mood, and frustrations happen, but he was never showing any signs of being upset or hey, this is a horrible day. He's one of those guys that has the mentality of like, you know what, a bad day racing is better than a good day working, and he appreciates the fact that he has the opportunity to be there, and that's an awesome thing. So another one that we're really proud to have on board, and we can't wait to see next year what it brings as far as getting us all together and racing on track. All right, so we're going to go back to the comment feed. That is the OG team. Really proud of this team. We've done a lot to build this team together, and I can't say thank you enough to each and every one of these drivers. Not only for the fact that they came on board to help support us and what we're trying to do with OSS and how to grow it, but they become really good friends, and we are a family. I mean, you see our group chat that we have, and we are talking to each other every day about everything from race car stuff to, anything, shooting, deer hunting, whatever else. So we're definitely excited for what the future holds for this, and very proud to have these, this team together. All right. Need a straight line car in the mix. Jason Upchurch. So Jason Upchurch, awesome dude. He's out of Sanford, North Carolina. He has got a really cool car. It's called the Falcon. It is a Ford Falcon with an LS swap. All the Falcon fans are probably losing their minds. And he's been building this car over the last few years, and we can't wait to see that thing run this year. He's going to be doing a couple drag and drive events this year. And really excited to see what he can do. Very loyal OSS customer, and can't wait to see what he can pull off with that thing. Jason, we might have to talk, man. I'll give you a shout. OSS takeover at UMI. I think so, man. I think we come in full force. This year we were able to sponsor a couple things at King of the Mountain. So the late model class we were able to sponsor, which was awesome. And then we were also able to sponsor the Rookie of the Year, the first ever Rookie of the Year. And Aaron Shue ended up taking Rookie of the Year. And one of the special things is when we present awards, we come full force. Ramey made the comment when we were up there doing it. He's like, hey, you call on one of the OSS guys, they all come running. And that's right. That just shows, we're a close-knit family, and it's a lot of fun to have everybody out there and be able to kind of support, each other and what we're doing on track and see the success. Doing course walks looking like the Avengers. It's kind of funny. I'll go ahead and share the story. So we met with Redline Oil, Mark Beatty from Redline Oil. super, super nice guy. And we were talking to him about, the support that Redline gave us this past year and about this upcoming season and everything. And I told him when I first talked to him, I'm like, I want you to meet my team. We don't have everybody here, but we have most everyone here. And so I set up a time we were going to meet him the next morning. And we show up, and he was meeting with somebody else. And so we were standing there kind of off their booth at PRI, and he walks up to me, grabs me on the shoulder. He's like, "You guys look like you need a parole officer." And it made us all laugh. It was pretty dang funny. We're coming full force and needing a parole officer. Funny thing is I think Tim's as close to a parole officer as we're gonna get. Chris, insert Dominic Toretto family meme. I mean, we can. Is it cliche to throw the Fast and the Furious family meme in? But guys, I wanted to share with you our team and who we are. Each and every one of these drivers we picked for various reasons, but the most important reason that we picked is who they are as a person, their character and the type of people they are and what they bring to the table, not in the form of a pedigree of championships and wins and whatever else, but more in the form of who they are as a person. What's really awesome to see is that the success has come with them being a highly qualified, respectable person. It's awesome. It's a great thing for us, and I can't say thank you enough to the team. Tim overqualified for that. Yeah. I want to see. There's a lot of Ohio State troopers that come and race with us as well. I think we need to do an Ohio VPA, law enforcement peace officer type race and see who comes out on top. What do you think, Tim? Oh man. But yeah, so guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. We get a lot of folks watching it. Really awesome to see this growth. We started this podcast back in, I think, February. And I want to say the first one we did, we had maybe 6 people total watching for the entire duration of it. And now we're at about triple that. So we're at about 17, 18 viewers that watch, and you guys are loyal. I see the same folks every weekend that tune in to see what we've got going on, and it's really special. So I definitely want to say thank you for that, and I appreciate it. Oh, yep, I got my business partner here. This here's Perseus. But yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in, and we appreciate your support and helping us grow. And we can't wait to see you guys out on track next year. The big thing, January 2nd, we've got JB coming on board in the JBV Chad, and we got a little twist. When JB finishes up, we tally results. Jeff Gordon came on. Jeff and Tim both came on of the Bing Bong duo, and they think they can tag team and take out JB and Chad. So we're gonna let that happen. We're gonna see what they can do. I don't know. They get a tall order to fill. Chad is Chad by himself, and he takes over the show. JB being Showtime, we'll see what he can do. I think it's going to be an awesome show. I'm looking forward to it, but we'll be out there on January 2nd. Christmas coming up on Sunday. We hope you guys have a safe and Merry Christmas. If you're going to be out driving, don't take that corner too fast. It's supposed to be cold this weekend, at least in our neck of the woods. Definitely hit us up. You got any questions? You need anything? Ken, shoot me a message. We'll talk, brother. JB, they don't stand a chance. Oh, I tell you what, we'll see how this goes. I might need to make an award for this thing. They don't stand a chance. Oh man, JB, that's too good. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and close out broadcast for tonight. But again, thank you for joining in. Appreciate everything, and you guys have a great Merry Christmas.